Are we live? I guess we are live. Hello guys. Let me check. Okay, microphone is open. This time I did not forget it. That's cool. How you guys doing? I hope you are doing well. Sorry for the delay today. I meant to came 20 minutes earlier, but I was out and I just came home. I will start just in couple of seconds. Just give me 2 more seconds. All right. Hello Burhan. Don't be scared, man. I'm here. I'm here. It's all good. Well, I meant to start the session earlier so we could talk about on yesterday's price action just a little. Maybe a reflection. Hello, welcome. Eddie, is that your name, Eddie? Welcome. Okay, let's talk about yesterday's price real quick. So zoom out a little. We were looking at the daily chart yesterday. Normally I was expecting this high to be taken, but price didn't just want to do that this week. It seems like price is leaving this area to the next week. I believe price is still taking out this level, and I believe this might be a nice target for the next week. But let's focus on current week, right? Good morning, Simon. Okay. As we can see on hourly chart, we can see that price is range bound when price is inside of a range, and when price takes some low levels near the range lows. I mean, if we just place a Fibonacci like that, right? Just close this. When price takes out a low below this 50%, price bounces, and when price takes a high above this 50%, price receives some reaction lower. So last week I didn't know, this week I didn't know that it was gonna consolidate like this and then reverse. I was expecting this high to be taken, but price didn't do that, and price left a high on Tuesday, another on Wednesday, and then price started going lower on Wednesday, and then on Thursday overnight session price started going lower and retracing right before the market open. So when I saw all of this, I just expected this previous weekly closing price to be taken. I mean, this is the weekend gap, right? The current weekly opening gap. So this current weekend is likely to be tested on Thursday if price is getting close to it on Thursday. So because of that, my bias was bearish. I was expecting this gap levels to be taken, this level and then this midpoint. Normally I would target this level as well, but since the gap is too big, I didn't want to target it for that day. And as you can see, price took that level on Friday during the London session. So I was targeting this level and this level, just gap levels. I didn't draw it perfectly, I don't care. So on 1 minute chart, right after the market open, we saw this consolidation, And we saw this high on 930. Price going lower. Price then sweeping the highs with a double top. Also, you can see that this is the midpoint of one of the previous weekend gaps. Not the current week, but a previous weekly gap. These levels and this midpoint. So this was a really nice short setup. And we started shorting after price created this double tap, and then we added on this level after seeing these imbalances are being invalidated. So the profit was around these levels. And I think with another account, I opened short positions from these levels. I also started adding at this level. I think I shouldn't have added. I added at this level as well. I think this additions was a little unnecessary because price was already came back to one of the target, and it came really close to this one. I also didn't notice this yesterday. I mean, I noticed it, but it was a little too late. Right before I opened my short position, the micro Nasdaq already tested this midpoint. But this doesn't matter. What matters is this was a nice short setup and it was profitable, and overall the day ended with profits, so that's okay. Let's get back to today's price action, right? And I want to look at it on the NQ chart. Just look at this at 5 minutes. You see that nice consolidation right below the weekly open. We saw something similar to this one last week. It was again on Friday, but it wasn't on London. It was on the AM session. So we got some nice long setups on that Friday. But right now, price bounced from this level on London session. It would be ideal to see that on AM session, but that's fine. So price seems like it expanded higher. And let's see how this candlestick closes, right? This hourly candlestick. It seems like the model from Money Glitch NQ. Money Glitch, are you here? I think he's not here. Let's keep going on. So honestly, I was, oh my god, look, 5 minutes. I'm looking at the 5 minute right now. Sweeping this, closing above, and then turning back higher. Yes, it seems nice. Yeah, and hourly looks like this as well. Yeah, you are definitely onto something, I guess. You keep doing your thing and then let us know. Okay. Let's zoom into 1 minute. I didn't expect to see something like that right after the market open. I was expecting some consolidation for this Friday. I'll check the economic calendar. Okay, PCE and JOLTS job openings and preliminary consumer sentiment and inflation expectations. All right. Yeah, on 1 minute. I see. Yes. Yeah, this is definitely something, yes. All right. Normally, after seeing an impulsive expansion like this one, I would simply zoom into 15-second chart or 30-second chart and start looking for a low sweep to get a setup, but I don't know. I think today I can be a little bit patient. There are some news today, and volatility seems to be higher than I expected. I didn't look at the economic calendar before, so I wasn't aware of all of these news. So yeah, I think. Oh, there's also GDP. There was GDP. Durable good. A lot of news. All right, we can wait. I guess we can wait until 10:30. It wouldn't be a big issue, and we can just take paper trades before the news, scalp papers, or just for the observation. Make it 5. I want to see that gap as well. All right. Let's take some paper trades on lower time frames, on seconds charts. The retracement going back higher, taking out this step. Doesn't look very clean. Yeah, ignore this fractal liquidity before even it gave an entry, gave a trigger. I think there's a little trigger over here, but this can be ignored. Okay. 1 minute again. Now I don't really see anything. First 5-minute chart and then 1 minute. Yes. Look yesterday. Oh, all right. Let me check this while we wait for the news release. We can check 11:39. Okay. It is right at this big candlestick. 5 minutes. Yeah, there's this one over here. After this one, price starts going higher, and then zoom into 1 minute. And on 1 minute, we got this one over here. And then boom. Yeah, this is a nice scalp long setup. Do you have got a mechanical profit taking place? It is a 3-hour setup, I guess. And price also took this high as well, but before taking it came back to break even. But yeah, this is a nice profit level, I guess, partial level, weekend cap level. Well, I really like it. It seems promising. Seems very nice. Logic is very simple. Just following the candlesticks. And your model is obviously contains some kind of engulfing candles. And this, by engulf, I don't mean that, for example, this is, for me, this is not an engulfing candle. This is not engulfed because the wick of the previous candle was not engulfed. But over here, the next candlestick, the second one, is engulfing everything and closing above the body. I call this an engulfing candlestick, and on the correct places, these engulfs might create things like that. Sure, feel free to explain it. You don't have to explain it, or if you wish, you can, or you might, if you want, you might explain it later as well. I mean, after you are done with your all of your adjustments. I want to check this regular trade hours. Interesting. Okay. I wanna check this one. Remove everything. And then start creating some levels. Today seems like swing failure pattern. I mean, price take a low, took previous day low. Then price also tapped this weekly opening level, another nice key level, and seems like there's a nice bounce over there. Also, price came closer to the range low, I guess. If we draw the range like this is the cheaper levels, bottom levels, and yeah, it is still below the 50%, so price is range bound. Price goes back and forth, range highs, range lows, range highs, range lows, and so forth. And right now price came near the range low till the previous day low, took this nice weekend gap over here, weekly open. All right, so higher time frame seems bullish. Do we see that pattern over here once again? 5-minute charts, what do you think about it? Price took this low and closed above the body. I am going to try a paper setup, paper long, if I see that same pattern on 1-minute chart as well. Price seems like created something on. Entry criteria is different for this pattern. Okay. We are really close to news release, and I have been observing that price has been chopping a lot after the news release. I mean, 10 a.m. news used to make some huge movements, some big candlesticks, but In these recent days, I feel like right after the 10 a.m. news, price creates some big candlesticks, but it consolidates with big candlesticks, and I don't really like it. So currently, I'm on sidelines. I'm not going to take any setup before the news release, and I am not going to rush after the news release as well. I believe price might still give something nice, give something good. Um, I feel like we might see some nice price movements after 10:30, maybe around 10:50. I don't know. These are the times that I will be watching, and if I see that price is developing something nice around these levels, around these times, then I might look for something. Otherwise, I'm on sidelines. No need to rush for anything. Also, this week I made some mistakes, and it has become a break-even week instead of a winning week. It could have been a nice. This week could have been a nice win. So I don't really want to keep doing the same mistakes over and over, and I'd rather stay patient. Yo, Andre, hey buddy. Hey man, how is it going? How are you doing? All right, all right. I will get to it. I promise. Yeah, I do agree with you. By the way, we need a Discord for ourselves. Do you guys understand anything about this news releases? I don't really care about them at all. Job openings. So this means there is more job, or what is it? I don't really care, man. Let's get back to price. Do we have another news? No, that's great. That's wonderful. No more news. That's awesome. Let's check ES. Seems like there's nothing much going on. Let's let's check the levels once again. I'll put this here, and this is the PDL. I don't know if price can reach all the way up to previous day high, and I think we don't really need that to get a nice setup. And this is the previous day close. Alright, we got our levels. I wanna mark the first 5-minute candlestick. I wanna see this deviation levels. Okay, this is a high, this is one standard deviation, came back to high. Maybe previous day close and one standard deviation below, it would be nice. Maybe, I don't know, maybe. There's this little thing over here. Yeah, today I just want to watch price. Just see what is happening, what is going on. Is it range bound? Is it expanding? I don't know. I want to see it a little bit. And since this is Friday and since price has been stuck inside of a range, I do not expect anything too big from today. I believe seeing price above the previous day low and seeing that price consolidated right at the weekly open and then turn back higher is bullish sign, I guess. And as you can see, price has been going up as well. So currently it seems bullish. I'm expecting to see a nice long position, but I'm not rushing it because I don't want to long near the high of the days. I first want to see what price is doing, what's going on. So plus it wouldn't kill to wait, right? Last Friday we waited patiently, we didn't rush for anything, and we got some nice long setups, and we ended the day with profits. So I think we should just do the same thing on this Friday as well. Just be patient, watch the price, understand what it's doing. Is it consolidating? Is it expanding? Is it slow, fast, choppy or not? Whatever. Just keep observing and then shoot a bullet. Let me check the electronic regular trade hours. Gap up and keep going higher. Back at this high over here. I'm not sure if price wants to reverse back these cheaper prices. Currently it looks like it might use this area as a support area and then expand higher from that, but I don't know. I believe we might see price tapping into this level over here, because this is the let me check this here. First of all, this is the high level of current weekend gap on regular trade hours. Also the low levels of previous weekend gaps. Also today's cash open, 9:30 open, which is also high level of the RTH daily gap. Yeah, so let's close these indicators. Just close everything and just see the levels. If I see something like that, I might take it. Excuse me, something like that. Money Glitch says, do you know we can scalp 1 minute and 5-10 second chart with same accuracy working? That would be awesome. I love scalping. That would be great. The thing that you are observing, the thing that you found out seems like working really well. So I believe the question over here is not is it working or not. The only question remains here is the longevity of it. Is it something repeatable enough in different market conditions? Are we going to see same patterns with the same frequency throughout the year, right? What happens when price leaves this higher time frame range? What happens price starts expanding lower, or what happens price turning back with some expansion toward the all-time highs? I mean, what are we going to see in different conditions? All of these are really important stuff, and all of this requires some observation, right? So what we are going to do is we will keep observing the price with that perspective, with the particular mindset that you show to us, right? We will examine the candlesticks, we will track the examples like this one, and eventually we will see. This might be something we are trading every day, right? I mean, this might be turned into something that we will trade every day. So but it seems something really solid and valid. I mean, I believe this is something that can work, that can always work. Only frequency might be changing. I mean, we might see less candles like that, but I believe engulfing candlesticks work most of the time. I mean, candlesticks like this. This is close to engulf, not really an engulf, but close to an engulf. Okay, let's look at London low hourly. All right. Yeah, I see that. This is a nice engulf. And I believe these engulfing candles only become fake when the volatility is really, really low. I mean, when the volume is very low. For example, maybe a slow day during December, right before or right after the holiday, or inside of the holiday. So I believe this engulf idea works most of the time. After this pattern, we need liquidity targets. Yeah, you got this liquidity over here. This is a nice target because it is a tap high and Asia high. You also have this one over here and eventually this imbalance. All right. We are really excited to see that thing you are talking about. We got this sweep into the imbalance. Ah, okay, you see the pattern over here, but there is no very good target to aim. That makes sense. I understand. There is no condition. All right. But let's say if you see something similar to this one on 5-minute chart, it's called outside bar. There is different indicator. Yeah. Outside bar. I believe it is also called engulfing candle. I mean if it is taking out both high and low. But I don't really know what these would be called. This one over here. Because this doesn't take the high, just takes the low, reverses back higher and closes above this open, and this close as well. So money glitch, what would you think if price closes this 5-minute candle over here like that, sweeps the low and then turns back higher and closes right above this opening price? Would it still be valid? Would you target this high over here? Okay, I understand. Because we because we have the pattern on hourly, and then if we get it on 5-minute as well with fractal, and for 5-minute chart that might be a nice target. Just a new high of the day. Okay, I understand. We need a good timing for hourly. All right. I wonder if this price comes back to previous day close, and I wonder if this creates a 1 minute SPS setup before coming back to this level. Failed swing and reversal is nice. I mean, it was okay, but this little SPS doesn't look very clean on 1 minute chart. It is probably looking better on 30-second. I don't know. And for 15-second, I believe this price is a little bit too slow. But still, I will check this moving average on 50-second. Crossover. Right. Okay. Price closed the candlestick inside this RTH gap. I wanna watch what happens after this point. Is it going to bounce from this high over here, this level we were mentioning at the beginning of this session? High of the weekly open and weekend gap, and low of the previous weekend gap, and also high of the RTH daily gap. Let's see what happens after this point. If price, I mean, I feel like price might keep coming lower a little bit more, take out this low maybe, and then visit this previous day close as well. The reason I think that might happen is just because when I observe this weekend gap high over here, I see that price made one last tap and then expanding higher, and now seeing that price is coming back to this level once again. I don't know, I wouldn't rush for a long setup right now. I would wait some extra confirmation, such as consolidating here, closing above the consolidation, creating the fractal liquidity sweep pattern, things like that. This could be a long, but otherwise I would be really cautious about the longs. Even though this candlestick looks fine, even though it seems like it might be looking like it is turning back higher, I would still be very careful. And I want to try some paper short setups right here, just to observe what happens here. Is it going to cross and keep going lower? Is it going to make another high? So I will just paper short here. And see if price wants to come back to this level. The only reason I took this one was price was already taking some higher time frame liquidity levels. If you look at here, this is a nice consolidation area, right? This is the break and this is the tap of the consolidation area. Price took that tap and it's kind of seems like it turned back lower. I don't know. I'm just trying to see what happens right at this level. And yeah, the previous day close or current daily open, almost the same level, is just a level I want to observe. On higher time frame, price took a nice high. On 5 minute, there is no double top on 5 minute. Yeah, there is no double top on any time frames. So it's also possible to see that price making another high and then going lower, but it seems like it turned back lower nicely. So also price started moving toward the previous day close level. This is something I have been trading in the past, but obviously because of the place and because of the momentum, slow momentum, I didn't want to risk for this setup. I just wanted to click and observe. Yeah, I believe this was a demo short setup. This, no need to take a risk over here. And I don't really like trading right at these levels, right? I mean, this simple moving averages are getting closer to each other. Price is stuck between them. Price closed below the 200, but then closed above it, and price tapped the 20 simple moving average. It looked like this is working as a resistance level. Then price closed above it. Now it price coming back. I mean, I kind of feel like price acts like it is stuck between these two. And I really don't like trading that, because I don't know if price just drops lower, this will be a crossover, this will be a nice bearish movement. But if price turns back higher from here, this would be like these two got closer to each other. And even there is a possibility to see that price is expanding higher a little bit, making some more manipulations, and then turning back lower and creating this crossover eventually. So I really don't like trading when price is just stuck there. And I believe this second short, this short over here was much better than the first one. Let's click the button for that as well. We are on correct context, correct pattern, wrong context account. I believe if price is coming back to sweep this high with an imbalance and then tapping and bouncing from it, most of the time price makes another high, right? I mean, we saw it yesterday as well. Let's check it real quick. Price came back to take this tap high or this high, pretty much the same thing, doesn't really matter. But price came with some imbalances to take this one. So before price just dropped lower, price tapped into the imbalance, made a new high, and then dropped lower. So today price kind of seems like it did something similar, but today price is much slower, and we might see this failed swing and then lower prices. So right now it doesn't look so bad. If this can, if you look at this like that, this is the high, right? The tap high. It was swept once, price came back lower to tap the imbalance, and then it was swept again. Then price looked like it was turning back lower, but it immediately rushed higher. If price didn't come back higher and left this last little failed swing over here, I mean, if price didn't take out this high and then turn back lower and leave a swing failure, then this could have been a nice short, but price didn't do that. Price made yet another sweep and made a triple top. So this tells me this price is already, maybe it is chopping, or maybe it is just going to turn back higher, right? So I'm not rushing for sells right now, and I believe that since price has been slow, we might see a eventually failed swing before price turning back lower. So price took this one, made a triple top, 3-drive pattern. After the triple top, if price makes a swing like that, but fail to take this one and then turn back lower, maybe I could look for a short setup, but otherwise it's better to just wait. And a couple of days ago I saw one of the tweets from Andre, and he was telling something about Fridays, and he was approaching this in a different way. I mean, he didn't really care about the profits or losses. He was focusing on the subjective experience. He was telling it doesn't matter if Friday price action is good or bad. What matters is he wants to enter the weekend with a peace of mind. So Friday is not just a normal day. It is a day where he might be risking that peace of mind. So he was saying something like that. I believe I really agree with that. No need to enter the weekend with frustrated feelings, especially if the week is getting close to profits or some break even, I don't know. If price fails to take out this high and turns back lower and take out this low, I might short, but it seems like it might keep going higher. And we are near the 10:30, and we have another engulf, and price was looking like it was going to cross, but there was no crossover here. Now, right at this moment, as you can see, this is a nice consolidation area, and price is leaving the consolidation area nicely with this engulfing candle and all. If I see something like that, I would long it. Because price seems like it is turning back from a nice level. I mean, that could be the expansion, the retracement, and then fractal liquidity sweep. And I would definitely take this fractal liquidity sweep long. And as you can see, this wasn't a V-shaped reversal. Price didn't turn back higher immediately. Just spent some time, consolidated a little. So I believe this price is not too fast, but not too slow as well. So I believe price might expand enough to give us our targets, which is this high and this midpoint over here. Also, price is slow enough, so it might give us a fractal setup before starting to expand higher. So it would be definitely nice to see an SBS forming, SBS long forming over here. Plus ES already took the 930 and came right at the midpoint and then bounced from there. Seems like ES might be targeting this level over here. But I'm not longing it over here. I mean, if price takes this out, I'm not gonna rush for a long because I wanted to see that price is just creating the pattern and then just keep going. But if it is invalidating these imbalances and then taking out these lows where the consolidation was happening, I don't really know. I mean, even though price turns back higher from here, I'm not sure if I would want to take a long like this. I mean, if I look at the just textbook, this seems like a fractal liquidity, but when I take this kind of setups, which I don't like how it looks, they get stopped out. Mark says, today I am studying Stoic Traders market structure deep video. Alright, mark the origin in 1 hour and price reverse from 50%. This origin, right? Yeah. Price does that a lot. Let me check the 50%. This is micro. Micro couldn't reach out to 50%, I guess, but let me check this one as well. Yeah, this one looks like a short, but I don't know, it could have been a cleaner short. Price made multiple highs over and over. 1, 2, 3, 4 sweeps and then turn back lower. If it doesn't just expand with too much strength, and if it can give me a fractal short, I mean tap, lower low, sweep the tap, I might take that fractal short as well. Today I will be focused more on the fractal setups because both sides of the market doesn't seem so strong. I mean, neither bullish nor bearish movements seems convincing enough. So I believe price might not be rushing to go anywhere right at this moment. I mean, this is the good part of waiting for that confirmation. By confirmation, I mean that fractal liquidity sweep. Yeah, I can explain. It's very simple. This is actually a valid fractal liquidity, but I don't like how it looks. I don't like these imbalances and then price turning back again. So fractal liquidity sweep idea is price expands toward a direction Then price retraces back to the ideally origin point. After the origin, I just don't buy blindly. I wait for a swing breakout sequence right after price comes back to this level. So it will be something like that. Price creates a consolidation area, leaves it with imbalances, makes a tap higher high. Then it starts to retracing and then price comes back to this level, consolidates, turns back higher, break, tap, higher high, sweep it, turn back higher. This is the bigger picture, and this is the liquidity on bigger picture, and this is the smaller picture inside of this range and inside of this retracement leg. We got this consolidation, this breakout, this step, this higher high, and this becomes the fractal liquidity, this one over here. This would be the range liquidity, this bigger range over here, and this would be the fractal liquidity, the same exact pattern inside of the range. Right now it seems like price is printing that, but I really don't like the way it looks because of the moving averages, because they are really close to each other. I mean, these two is staying close to each other and not getting away from each other is a signal of choppy price action for me. You're welcome. So, I mean, if price, let's say, let's focus on this consolidation area, right? This area over here. If price did something like that after this breakout, if price did a tap higher high and sweep, then I would long it. I mean, if price turns back higher after the sweep. So something like that would be ideal. We already have the expansion and the retracement back to the origin area. And we also have this consolidation inside of this origin area, and we also break above the consolidation. Everything was in place, almost everything. There was just one missing piece, and that missing piece was after price leaves this consolidation area over here. I wanted to see just price making a tap, tap, higher high, sweep of the tap, a double bottom with failed swing, something like that, and then price turning back higher. This would be the place I would want to long it. Stack that Moolah says he went short. That's great. It seems like price is coming to this level over here. It would be lovely to see that. It seems like price is taking out this low over here. The reason I didn't just want to risk anything on this short idea was the possibility of seeing something like that, or maybe a reversal, I don't know. So I wanted to stay patient. I didn't want to rush for a short setup over these levels. Normally I would expect, price is not too fast, so I would expect some double top and then reverse back lower, but over here price made that double top look like it was coming back lower, but then another sweep and then look like coming back lower once again, and then imbalances and then turning back lower. So just a quick scalp all out. That's good, great. Well done on your setup. Now let's try a scalp on 5 seconds with paper trading, targeting this one over here. Let's check 15 seconds. Okay, let's make another high and then turn back lower. No other high. Let me check 15 seconds. Yeah. Seems like it is making another high. Also, this step is the top of this range over here. Tap into the 15-minute imbalance, this little one here. Let's see if this creates another high. I think it is not creating. Zoom back to 1 minute. Okay. Right. If this sweeps this and turn back higher, I might look for a short setup. Let's see. It would be nice to see price coming back and sweeping this one right now. Right. No, it didn't make this double top over here, and then it didn't even give the paper scalp. It's fine. It's alright. I wanna keep this there and this one there. All right. This was a nice drop. Except for this part. Too many swings. Price tapped into the midpoint of current weekend gap. Money Glitch says I'm loving 1 minute and 5 seconds, but it is hard to execute. When I try to push button, I don't get good entry. Yes, it is much more difficult to execute on really lower time frames. I really didn't expect that. Price just swept this. Went into imbalances. After tapping into the imbalance, price made this failed swing. So then this happens too. I expected to see price making another sweep. Then I was just going to take a paper trade, not a real risk, so it doesn't really matter, but something to observe. And then price kept going lower. Okay. Are we going back to weekly open? I don't know. Or is it just turning out to be a bearish day? Is it finally preparing that break lower to 23k? I don't think so. I kind of feel like, I don't know, let's watch and see. I mean, it has been consolidating for so long. So when price comes back to lows, I just feel like, nah, it is not going lower. It will turn back higher. Or when it goes near the highs, especially on these levels, I was feeling like, yeah, it is probably going back into range. It is not going anywhere. It looks like. I got excited over here. I thought, oh, it is leaving this range. It is doing something, and then nah. So yeah, I believe today is going to be a weird day, a weird closure, and then we will probably see these two highs getting taken on the next week or so. But when I look at the weekly candle, I don't know, this looks like something turning lower. I mean, look at the way this 20 simple moving average is looking. But I mean, since price has been really choppy, I mean, I believe price might just leave one last week and tapping this 20 SMA. It's possible, I guess. Wick it and then close another stupid wiki candle, and then with the next candle on the last week of March. This could happen, I don't know. Let me just go back to the chart. Yeah, let's see what it is doing. Let's play out with it a little. Just some small paper scalps. Until price shows something, I don't know. Going lower, okay. Alright, let's keep going lower a little bit more. I wonder if this price comes back to this previous day low level once again. Maybe even the weekend gap low, which is weekly open. It's been like hour and a half and I'm on still sidelines. I didn't take any trades yet. I wanted to see some fractal setup over these levels, but price didn't create that. So I just didn't feel like clicking on anything. I didn't take any trades yet. So I think it's best to just keep watching and practicing patience. On the 1 minute chart, it seems like it visited some levels, created some manipulation, reversed back lower, and it seems like this two moving average is expanding away from each other. There is this crossover here. So higher time frame context seems bullish, but lower time frame seems bearish. I mean, by lower time frame, I am talking about this 1 minute order flow. 1 minute order flow is bearish, but the higher time frame, the price is in the higher time frame is a cheap place. So, and price is also range bound. We got 5 minutes before this hourly candlestick closes, and we really got this nice range, the range tap, range sweep, and then a nice impulse from that levels. I don't know. Let me check the 5 minute chart. Yeah, okay. On 5 minutes, I think this might be the pattern that Money Glitch was talking about. Sweep test, sweep that level and close below the open, which is this level. And it seems like price receiving some reaction from that. I'm taking a 5 minute break. I will get some water and I will go to restroom. I will be back. All right, I'm back. Our candlestick is about to get closed. The hourly candlestick is closing near the weekly open. Okay. Let's see if 11 a.m. gives us something nice. 10:30 really created some nice expansion, some nice move, but I couldn't catch this one because I really didn't like the way price kept digging into new highs. This is a sell signal for your model. Okay. All right. So it is 5 minute and 1 minute combo, right? On 5 minute, price created that, and then after price dropped a little, price created the same thing on 1 minute as well, right? $24, 455, this level. Yeah, it seems like a good target. I definitely agree with that. A nice consolidation area, price breaking above, tapping into it, and then yeah, it is a nice target. So it would be something like that, right? Right after price closes, maybe enter around these levels. I don't know. Maybe wait for this week a little, maybe just sell it from here. Is it something like that, or okay, this is a simple model. Understood. And we got something on this 15 minute as well. Yeah, it looks really promising, really nice model. Good for continuation setups. Alright, I don't confuse. Just 5 minute and 1 minute. That's okay. Alright, 1 month study, and then Will you start trading this with evaluations? Mastering this model, yeah, it is a good idea to really focus on one single thing and try to master it. That's a good idea. And I wish the best for you. I hope the best. I don't know. And there's a little SPS on 30-second chart. Let's see if it plays out. Again, I didn't want to take this SPS short because it is near the lows. It is, and I don't trust this trend entirely because this is Friday. So I'm just clicking papers to get the experience, but I don't want to take the risk. So another short here with this double. Okay, I am reconnected, I guess. I was saying that I don't really trust this SPS over here just because it is in near the range lows right below the weekly open. So I just didn't want to take a risk based on that as well because this is simply just a pattern and I didn't want to take risk with just pattern. I also wanted some context. A failed swing would be a nice sell. This would be the tap, this would be the double tap, and then after the double tap, this would be the failed swing, and after the failed swing, that would be a nice sell right here. I got a little late, but that's fine. Just order flow idea, but still didn't want to take the risk. It couldn't even create the swing and then immediately engulfed it. I don't know. If this was a nice and strong trending day, for example, if this was something like yesterday, and if I had a nice and concrete target, I would risk and I would take the short. I mean, if you look at this price, the pattern looks really similar with this yesterday's short, but the price behavior doesn't really look similar. So this is where I just keep waiting. And I'm not going to take this 1 minute SBS as well if price takes out this high over here. I'm not going to short it. I don't like taking short positions right after price cleans nice consolidation areas and consolidates right below the weekly open, right? So I believe this could be a long instead. So I'm going to open a long position. But I am not going to risk too much. I believe new high of the day might be possible, but I'm not going to shoot for stars. 1 to 2 is pretty nice. And now, what I want to see is a double bottom on 5-minute chart, but a double bottom without sweeping this low, without taking out this low. So if I see that this candlestick closing bullish and then it is turning back lower to make a new black candlestick and a new, basically I'm looking for this pattern. Let's not talk about it too much. I'm looking at this pattern. I want to see something like that. A black candle or a doji candle, price going above them, the black or the doji. Doji is okay as well, price closing above the doji and coming back lower again, making another black candle, but failing to take out this low, a failed swing. After the failed swing, price turning back higher. So that would be a long trigger on 5 minutes. A nice reversal setup. Stop loss could be here or here. Doesn't really matter too much. And yeah, target is something nice. I want to see something similar. And I don't think that price can just... Yeah, definitely everything works in trading. It depends on the user. Yeah, that's correct. I agree with that. Everything works and everything doesn't work sometime. I mean, everything can get stopped out anytime. And everything works. So, yeah. Now I want to see something similar to this one. A black candle, maybe another black candle. I want to see a swing, right? Maybe a doji. Black, doesn't matter. I want to see a low like this one, close to this low. Ideally on this level. I want to see a 5-minute candlestick low right on this level and then price turning back higher. And if price creates a black candle right over this level and then with the next candlestick, if price closes above it, that would be a nice confirmation for the longs. And I want to mention something else. In this kind of days, a little bit slower and weirder days, right? We saw that price has been dropping nicely. That's okay. That's fine. But before this nice drop over here, price created an SPS, right? Made a sweep. But it was a little weird SPS. I mean, if we focus on the high itself, just the tap high, right? Let's mark this tap high. Let's see how many swings price makes above it, right? Normally we would expect 1 or maybe 2 swings, right? One sweep, another sweep, and then reverse back lower. That's what we really like to see, right? But over here price makes 1, 2, 3, and 4 swing, right? So it was a little weird. And after price dropped lower, came near the range lows, came at really significant levels, right? After price came back lower, price taking out this one and looking like, for example, over here, turning back lower. Normally, I was just taking a short positions right at this level. I was telling myself, okay, all right, this is a tap high, because in 2024 this happened a lot. I mean, whenever I saw this price is just dropping dead, after that drop, price takes out the tap high for the first time, and I would immediately put my orders over here. I would just sell it from here, and I would sell it big, right? I would just trade just like this, and price would just, as soon as it turns back lower, it would at least, it would came back here, and I would take multiple hours. Sometimes it would sweep this and then turn back higher, or maybe just it would keep going lower. But right now, it takes my entry, and right after it, it immediately takes my stop loss with the same candlestick. If I put my stop loss over here, if not, it takes out with the next candlesticks. Okay. And I experienced that so much that I eventually, when I look at that, I told myself, no, I'm not going to take it. I'm not taking this one. So right now, I still want to see that double bottom. If this turns out to be a V shape, then it's fine. I can't do anything for it. But I really want to see the double bottom. I want to see some black candlesticks. I want to maybe some reaction from these levels. Just 2 black candlesticks on 5 minutes and then turn them back low higher. That's all I want to see. And I will also be counting the swings over here. After the sweep, this is the first swing. 1. This is the second swing. 2. I don't think this is reversing back lower. I think even if price is going to take out this low, it might make some more highs. That's what I believe. And I'm approaching this very simple. Hello Simon, welcome. I'm approaching this really simple. The SBS over here was ugly, and I believe if it is going to play out, this SBS over here might be ugly as well. But also when I see these liquidity levels, this is a nice liquidity level, I believe. And price did not take this low. I mean, it could have been taken this low over here. It is a nice low, but if you zoom out a little, you may consider that still part of this consolidation. I don't know. It doesn't really matter, so I think price is gonna make some new highs, and that's it. And I believe price might be visiting at least these Fibonacci levels over here. These are nice levels. It will be so nice to see a double bottom. Something like that. After double bottom, price turning back higher. If I see that, I will start building my position. This barely hit 1 hour. And I also believe that at this point, price might be just choppy, just back and forth, not going anywhere too serious, closing the daily chart as a doji, something like that. Maybe something a little more bullish, I don't know. I believe if price wants to take this low, it is definitely not gonna do that today. I mean, it might leave a stupid candle, then gap lower, and then come to this level during Asia or something like that. But I'm currently not focused on that. What I'm focused on is I'm not expecting something really huge from today. Okay, volatility is higher, and price dropped a little nice, but still, I still think that this price is just consolidating. It is just consolidating inside of a bigger range, not a tight range, a wide range. And when price is consolidating inside of a wide range like that, we might see moments like that, which looks like an expansion. So right now I'm just waiting to see what price does, to see what happens. When I look at 15-minute chart, price looks like it might come into this imbalance and keep digging into this imbalance with a couple of candlesticks and eventually test this one. So, but if price just keeps expanding lower without taking out this high, then I'm not going to take that long. Okay, right now I want to see this candlestick closing as a doji, as a weak candle. I don't want to see price expanding back higher immediately. It would be nice to see price just slowing down at this point. It kind of seems like a expanded reversal setup with SPS. I'm not rushing for anything yet. I just want to see a weak 5-minute candles closure. Not going too low, not going too high. Just a small candlestick. The color doesn't matter. All I want to see is this candlestick is being a small one. Someone says I shorted on 24 690 24, where was it? 24 690 is around this levels. Nice place to short. The target was 24 456 and it would be around 24, yeah, around this level. All right. Oh, it got really close to your exit, huh? Yeah, 3 points. That sucks. Sorry about that, mate. It really sucks when price reverses like that. Okay. I will wait for this candlestick closure. This 5-minute candlestick over here. I'm not gonna rush anything. Some reaction from previous day close. Making another low, okay. Kitten asks for something. Let me check it. All right, she's gone. Now if this turns back higher and make a closure above the 5-minute closure above the previous day low, I'm longing it. But if it keeps going lower, then fine. If it comes back and sweeps these levels, at least someone is getting some profits. My position was really small, so I really hope it comes back and takes out my stop loss. Where was your target? Okay, I put my stop loss right at your take profit, and I really hope that price comes back and takes this one over here, because I don't really care about this account. If this one becomes a doji without taking out this low, and alright, it seems like it is taking, but if price closes above this, that would be more than 5-minute, then I am opening my real longs with my real account, which is this one. But currently I'm just waiting. I love you too, brother. Fingers crossed. What do you guys think about today's price action? It was a little bit faster than I expected. I really like this pattern, but it was just on this pattern over here was lovely, but it was right below the weekend gap. It was lovely, but it was on London, and I don't trade pre-session. 50 seconds, 11:27. Let me check it. 15 seconds, 11:27. Better than Wednesday and Thursday. All right. I didn't expect this nice drop over here. I don't know, it was looking a little ugly. At least right here, but this drop was nice. Price took the high, left a swing one over here and another swing, and then just turn back low. It looks interesting. 15-minute candle is about to get closed. Really close. Come on, brother, just drop 6 more points. 6, 7, whatever. You can reverse back from this level as well. I don't care. I can still long it. Okay, 27. Yeah, I see that. This one. Okay. I see the candle. This gap up open making me curious on micro and Q. Alright. Did it take your profit? I am happy right now. I'm happy as well, brother. It's nice to hear that you're happy. Great. He got his profits. That's awesome. Target hit. Yeah, I don't care as well. It can reverse from anywhere. It can do whatever it wants. 15 seconds, you're talking about this. This is the closure. And target is this low and this low. Yeah, that makes sense. I see it. No? Is it not something like that? Ah, okay. This one over here. I think we are going to 400s. Yeah, we might be. That's possible. Taking out the overnight session low, London low. It's a possibility. And it looks a clean target. But I will be just following the pattern. This was a nice sweep over here. If I see the fail swing and then turn back higher, I'm longing. It's really nice to see that price took this level as well. And once again, if you notice that I sometimes try opening one micro long like this and it gets stopped out all the time. I mean, without waiting that kind of consolidation, that failed swing on 5 minutes maybe, these V-shapes turns out to be a fake out most of the times. I just wanted to mention that I have been observing this for a while. It happened on, I don't know, on the Wednesday as well, if you remember it. A little 1 micro long setups after price looking like turning back higher on 5-minute chart. Either got stopped out immediately only or just hit 1 to 1 1 hour and then came back lower. And once again today it just tapped to 1 to 1 1 hour. Now this is a nice closure. What do you think, money glitch? My brother, price tested this. hourly thing over here, and now we see something on 5 minutes as well. I'm not going to rush because I believe this imbalance might push price a little bit lower. I don't know how much. It might push price below this level, and if it does that, then it would be ideal to not take a long setup from here. It might also create just a couple of black candles or a consolidation, and then price might turn back higher. So I want to see the reaction from this 5 minute imbalance over here. I want to see a little consolidation, but what I want to see is if price is just receiving a strong reaction and then going back lower, or if price just making a failed swing and then turning back higher and closing above this. If I see the first one, then that would mean price might keep going lower to take out some levels. But if the second one happens, then it might be a good long. But right now I'm not rushing. Alright, for this 5 minute there is no good target. I understand that. Another low. Okay. I want to check ES. Okay. I currently don't want to short it because price is in a move origin. I don't know if price is going to bounce from this level or I don't know if it just ignores this level. I don't know if it might accumulate and just keep going lower to take out this low. Also, it might just bounce from this level as well. This is a move origin. I don't know which one is going to happen, so I'm on sidelines. But if I see a bounce from this level, I might take a scalp long setup. Otherwise, I am just waiting. I believe right now it is too early for a long position and too late for a short position. and it is Friday. If this wasn't Friday, if this was Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, I don't know, maybe Monday, I might wait for to see price leaving this range away, and then I might start for short positions over here. But since this is Friday, I am not considering that option as well. Yes, yeah, 400 might be coming, but I agree with you. It is it is hard to short because yes, we are too low. Let's just watch it instead. The experience of it is still really valuable. I think ES is coming back to this low as well. The same low. All right. Finally back below a weekly open. For a long setup, all I wanna see is consolidation around these levels. I don't care where it happens. It can happen over here without taking out this low and then going back higher, or it can just come back to take out this low. I don't really care. It is really close to this low, so it would be nice to see price taking out this and then turning back higher. But I'm not going to immediately try to catch a long setup. I will be careful. I want to see a consolidation first. Before a consolidation, I will not try to take a long setup, because I don't think today would be a huge V-shape day. So let's see how price behaves right at these levels, right beneath the weekly opening price. And if I get a long position, I'm not going to carry it all the way back to highs. It would probably be something like a scalp. I don't intend to carry it that long, more than 100 points. If I open it long, I don't know if I am going to open or not, because current order flow looks bearish. Yeah, don't need to follow catching knife. Don't need to catch a falling knife. Yes. $11.40, 5-second chart. Okay, let's check it. Right, this level, right? I don't really see it there. Ah, this one. Yeah, I see it. Looks like that on 5-second and 1 minute. We got this one. 1 minute to 5 second fractal. Okay. Your setup idea is fractal as well. Lower time frame and higher time frame, both pattern. Yeah, that makes sense. Because that would be a signal. The higher time frame, which is 1 minute over here, would be the signal, and the micro lower time frame would be the confirmation. The good thing about this is seeing this playing out pretty much all time frames, 1 minute to 5 second or 5 minute to 1 minute, or like that, right? It is a good sign. It is a healthy sign. That means, I mean, we can fucking scalp all day. Yeah. Just need a target. Yeah, I agree. You can scalp all day. And seeing that this one is from going to poor. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think that prop firms would go poor when they have someone like Patrick Wieland. The #1 affiliate in the YouTube, right? Model gonna stop after month. We don't know yet. We don't know that yet. It might keep working. It might keep playing out. We don't. Let's be positive, right? Let's hope it. Let's hope that it would play out. All right, 400 is coming. It dropped really nice. I'm honestly surprised to see that. I was expecting a little ugly price action for Friday like that. I don't know. I didn't want to force anything. I am especially surprised about this over here. This SBS swept it, came back to this level, and then it was nice. I mean, maybe volatility is getting increased, and maybe some things are being shifted. Some nice reaction right below the overnight session low. And I believe it is not immediately turning back higher. I believe we can still see consolidations. And I believe that this is a nice range over here. Nice big ass range. It is a quiet range, and if this is the breakout, this one might be the tap, or this little thing over here, but we don't really need this one. Let's focus the closer one. And that would be about, yeah, it is nice. Yeah, it seems solid right now. Let's just too much selling pressure. Yeah, I didn't expect that from today, but yeah, it is a nice price action. I'm not gonna lie, I like how it looks, but I was biased, and my bias is not just about the direction. My bias is most of the time about the potential characteristic of a particular day as well. Fridays has been chopping a lot, especially if Thursday already reaches a target. So I thought today's Friday might be choppy as well, slow grind. I mean, it didn't chop that much. It just went higher, swept something, and then went lower. I mean, this wasn't very clear, but still, it dropped nicely. Right now, I want to see consolidation and then price turning back higher, so I can take some long positions targeting this high right at the previous day close. Yeah, that sounds like a nice idea. Money Glitch says you'll stay on 5 minutes and 1 minute. This 5 second chart will make gambler. Yes, lower time frames, 5 seconds, 15 seconds are a little bit dangerous. I became a gambler with them. I mean, I gambled too much after I started looking at that extremely lower time frames. But you should just keep observing. I mean, I believe eventually you will find something that really comfortable, and you won't even really care about if it is the best thing or not. If it is profitable and if you really enjoy it, then it's your deal. I mean, that's all that matters. Okay, price finally took out the range extreme. I'm not gonna rush for a long over here. I wanna see a failed swing and then price turning back higher. And my targets are the places I mentioned. This previous day close and this 5 minute tap high. And maybe this 1 minute tap high as well. And eventually the final target would be the low of this range, I guess. This over here. Maybe this little imbalance. Or maybe just this low. Yeah, this seems like a nice target. So I will take another bathroom break. And I will come back in a couple of minutes. I will try the logic with 1 minute chart, but it will be a paper trade again. I wanna see how it looks on 1 minute as well. The only thing I need is price closing above this candlestick. I will, I will, I said I would market buy with this closure. Okay. This is not 5 minute and this is not looking very pretty as well. And I didn't want to catch the exact bottom by just looking at the 1 minute chart. So I just clicked my wrong paper. It has been losing nicely. Yeah, we should definitely do that Zoom or something together when he does the finalizings, when he's done with his spec testing and his adjustments, then we can do a I didn't understand what you mean. What do you mean by should I give best model for SPS? I Okay, right now I don't really like how it looks. I really want to see another sweep and then failed swing and then turning back higher on 5 minute chart. And this might take some time. New different model for SPS traders. Well, I mean, yeah, we would appreciate it if you share the details with us. But it's your model and your thing, your discovery. You can do whatever you wanna do with that. Just do your thing. Do however or whatever you please. Okay, look for nice liquidity points like relative high, relative low. And then see that candlestick pattern on. Hey Ömer, I'm just clicking some trades with paper trading with my wrong trade account, and yeah, I think I feel like I am really good at finding the wrong trades. So the only setup I took on my evaluations was just one micro long setup right here, and it got stopped out. It could go only 1 to 1. If it didn't reverse back lower, I would have start building positions from this level, but it just kept expanding lower. So I tried another paper. I'm trying to see something on 5 minute, and that is just take out a important liquidity level, create a black candle like that, close above the black candle, and then turn back lower, create some other black candles, and create a failed swing like that, and then turn back higher and close above the black candles, but on 5 minute chart. So I am waiting to get a long setup like that, and it takes some time because it is 5 minutes. It requires couple of candlesticks. I waited for that, so and then I saw the 1 minute version of it, and I got curious to see the result on 1 minute. So I took this long setup on my wrong trades, paper account, just a paper trade, not a real trade, I would never take this long setup on my evaluations or fundeds. I don't care. So I'm just messing around a little, just playing with it to get some experience, get some feeling what it does, just to get some feeling about the price action. For example, over here I tried again paper shorts with these levels, and then price did something like that. Another sweep. I mean, this would be this sweep, this would be the double top, and then price turning back lower, but price made another sweep, turn back lower, and another purge, and then eventually turn back lower. So I didn't want to take any trades on my accounts, evaluations, etc. So right now I'm just gonna observe this 5-minute chart. That 5-minute idea, price already went back higher above this one. It would be nice to see closure. Doesn't matter on which candlestick, this can close above and another. I mean, this 5-minute close like that, and next 5-minute might close above it. I don't really care. All I wanna see is just something like that. Drop lower, take the liquidity, leave 5-minute candles like that, and look like going back higher, and leave one last swing low, this one on 5-minute, and then reverse back higher. That's all I wanna see on 5-minute chart. Now it seems like price might be starting to build that. And as you can see, when price is starting to do that on the 1-minute chart, this is starting to get flattened. This 20 simple moving average over here. It kind of looks like flat. I don't know. And now I want to see the relationship between this moving average and price. So old me would just hit market buy that and say, okay, this is reversing. I'm not going. Yeah, I mean, in the past, I wouldn't wait for this confirmation on 5-minute chart. I would just click it just like that. So I just did that same thing, just clicked it to see what is happening, what is going on. I believe during these kind of Fridays, it is really meaningless to click buy right at this big, right at the top of the big white candlesticks. As you can see, price just immediately turned back lower. This is not something I would be willing to take on my accounts. My main account is still waiting. It's been some hours, I guess. Yeah, 2 hours, 2.5 hours. So I will wait before I get my first setup on this account over here. I really want to trade this account properly. I mean, I just want to take what it feels right. Okay, I don't want to enter into positions that seems kinda maybe, but makes me feel uncomfortable. You know, as traders, most of the time, we all know when we enter into bad setup, right? We kind of feel like it was a bad, but we try anyway. I guess 71 is, someone says he guesses 71 is still on the table, but so far Friday paid well. Yes, Friday paid you well. That's great. Everything is okay. I accept even the dizziness of price action, but I don't like consolidating markets like Wednesday and Friday. And can you talk about how do you manage days like this? I wanna see your opinions when market is choppy sloppy. Well, what I do is actually really simple. I just wait a lot. That's it. And if I'm feeling like I'm seeing something, yeah, yeah, I understand. Wednesday and Thursday, you are talking about this price action, and maybe, yeah, maybe, yeah, around these places. First of all, I sit down and watch a little, okay? Especially the um, first hour of the market open, right? If I don't really see something very nice, I just watch. And when I watch it, I can get some ideas. I can also get some ideas based on the day we are in, the place we are at. For example, on Wednesday, I wasn't certain that price might be choppy, but after waiting for a while, I just saw that price is not really moving too fast, and I use moving averages too much to get the idea from. For example, if you look at the price over here, you see the sideways behavior, and you see this moving averages going back and forth, and then right after it looks like it is getting expanded, it immediately turns back lower, and then moving averages are getting really close to each other. Most of the time I try my best to avoid when these two is close to each other like that, and when price is between them, I try to avoid this kind of places, or I try to avoid these, right? On this Wednesday, I just took a 5 minute long setup. It just, well, the long was around these levels. It just went a little, but it couldn't hit the targets. It doesn't matter. And over here again, if we look it carefully, we see that price is getting stuck between these two. Over here, we see this cross, and we see that these two moving averages are too close to each other, going above a little and then coming below, going above, coming below. I mean, look at the places where price was faster. Price doesn't mess around with this one, for example, and with this one as well. So that's how I see it, and that's how I trade it. Now I wanna see that failed swing I was mentioning. It would be really nice to see it just right now. I don't really see it is just expanding without any retracements. Because I mean, look at it. It doesn't look so very fast, right? Price created the last sweep over here, and look at the way it turned back higher. And this tap, and another tap. I mean, I feel like it seems like it is not that fast. If it was really fast, it could have just swept this low and this low, obviously. After this liquidity sweep, it could have been just turn back higher with multiple imbalances, right? If it was really fast. But it is not doing that. If it is not doing that, then I believe it is not that fast. If it was fast, it wouldn't be messing around over here. So if this is fast, then it might create something like this. For example, maybe take out this high, leave a black candlestick on 5-minute chart, maybe leave a swing low, a new swing low without taking out this one, for example, something like that. Imagine price doing this on 5-minute chart, dropping lower, leaving a 5-minute candlestick, something like this one, and then turning back higher, closing above this 5-minute candlestick. This is a launching signal for me, and I believe this might push the price until this 200 SMA and until this high maybe. So that's how I see it. And when I zoom out, I mean, if price broke below this range, okay, if price left this range behind and just kept expanding lower, then I would see this area as a resistance area, this level over here. I would perceive it as a resistance area, and I would expect maybe price might sweep this tap, right? If you look at it, there's a little tap. And I would expect to see this area working as a resistance level, and then price does whatever it does. But price couldn't leave this range away. Price is turning back right after sweeping the lows. If I see something like that, then I just focus on this whole range and the first consolidation area. I mean, if we are not leaving this place away, then this might be a liquidity area rather than an area to cause continuation. Because in order to get a continuation setup, I need something that might keep continuing, right? If price is not leaving this area away and staying inside the range, this big range over here, I don't know if it is going to just retrace and turn back lower, or just keep going higher and maybe get closer to the range high and then turn back lower, or maybe just chop inside of this range, or maybe turn back all the way up. I really don't know any of them. But what I see over here is just price didn't leave this range away. Price definitely didn't leave it. Okay. And when I was observing the range, I mean, look at it. This is the first time price just tapped the range low. It kind of seems like over here price took some stop losses and maybe some limit buy orders, right? And just boom. And then another swing, and then just turning back higher once again and turning this 1 minute simple moving average up like that. This is giving me a signal that on the 1 minute chart, this bearish order flow might have been paused or stopped altogether. But it is not extremely fast, and when I look at it, I don't see imbalances on 5 minute chart. This is signaling me that this price is not so very fast. So if this is not so very fast, then it would be logical to wait something like this. Why? Because if I wait something like this and my analysis ends up being wrong, or let's say some crazy bastard decided to sell thousands of lots over here and then price eventually rips back lower, right? Then I wouldn't lose anything. But if I see that price going higher and then making that slow, price is taking the low, consolidating a little, turning back higher slow, leaving wicks like that. And if I see that price turning back slow, and if I did see once again that price turning back higher slow once again, then I can expect a little strong expansion over this level, these levels. I mean, look at the logic from that Wednesday we were talking about. Looks really similar, right? This is the overnight session low over here, and this is today's overnight session low over here. Okay. Price takes out the overnight session low and this equal lows as well, right over here. And after that, price looks some impulsive turn, but it doesn't just keep going higher. It pauses. It looked like it was just going higher, but then came back lower. Eventually, it created that 5 minute failure swing that I wanted to see. Right? Price did not create that failure swing over here. It was just this first time. And after that, as you can see, price is closing higher. That could have been a buy signal for me. But I was unsure about it because I wanted to see a closure above black candlestick, not a doji. And this was an imbalance. I wanted to see a reaction from this imbalance. Price received some reaction from imbalance. Do you see this selling pressure? But that was it. This imbalance, nice big imbalance, couldn't create a new extreme. And I told myself, okay, right now it seems like price is not willing to leave this range away. This is the overnight session low. and we zoom out, this is the range. It looked like price took the range low, immediately turned back inside the range and just couldn't leave the range away, stayed inside it and started to dig back into midpoint of the range. So that's why I started to look for long setups, and look how slow it was. It was just choppy, and then boom, look at this candlesticks right when it is making the second attempt on 5-minute chart. On 5-minute, this was the first attempt to turn back higher, and this was second. Maybe even this one was the third attempt, and with the later attempts, these late attempts, price might just leave candlesticks like this one. And the reason I enjoy this is it is a patient setup idea. Do you see that? I wouldn't want to be inside of the risk right now, right? I wouldn't want to carry a position when price was looking like this. But as you can see right now, it is starting to look like the same exact thing right at the range low. And if we zoom out, price is even cheaper. So this expansion might be even stronger than that Wednesday. On Wednesday, price was near the highs. I mean, price was more expensive over here, and it just ran for 100 points and then came back to take out my stop loss. But today, price is closer to the range lows. Price is more cheap places. Price is in more cheap places. And if you look at this is just consolidating below the weekly opening price, right inside the weekend gap. But I still don't want to jump into this retracement. Okay, I wanted to wait for this pullback, but I don't want to jump into the pullback blindly, because if I did jump into pullback over here, I would just simply get stopped out, right? We don't really know if price is going to turn back higher or if it is just going to act like that. Over here, price went back higher and then turned back lower. And right now, price kind of looked like turning back higher, made a failed swing, but I can't be certain that if this is a failed swing unless this candlestick gets closed. This candlestick over here. I mean, if this keeps coming lower, then this low is not going to be a swing. In order to I can't call this a swing if price looks like that. If price does that, then this wouldn't be a swing. This would be a swing. Okay? So I want to see a swing forming first. It kind of looks like it might be doing what I want to see, but not exactly. It's just kind of. I don't want kind of. I want exact steps. I want to see a long consolidation. I want to see unwillingness to go lower, unwillingness to leaving this range away. I want to see price staying above these lows. I want to see price not taking this, leaving this as a failed swing. And then I want to see price is closing above maybe this candlestick. If this candlestick becomes an inside candle, inside bar like that, and black inside, it would be really nice to see this as a black inside bar, right? If this becomes an inside, and then if the next candlestick closes above it, then I might see an immediate impulsive movement above. It's possible to see that price just keeps expanding higher, and if price does that, it can easily come back at the previous day close price and this high. Okay, so I believe patience will eventually pay. Yeah, I guess moving averages are really helpful for figuring out the choppy. I mean, if you look at it here, right? When these two are closer together, it is just chopping. Just chopping, that's it. Okay, it eventually started its direction, but still, sometimes it doesn't pick direction like that. Sometimes it does just keep chopping. So moving averages are really helpful. I mean, at least that's what I believe. I mean, look at this here. They really look weird, right? Really look weird. 20 simple moving average doesn't always look like that, especially when price is going toward the direction. I mean, look, let me hide everything. Let me hide even the price itself. Look how it looks. Look how even the moving average itself is choppy. And now, look at it how it was looking when price was dropping, when price was expanding. And when the expansion is stronger, price doesn't even go above the 20 simple moving average. I mean, we don't really see that kind of price action too much because we are in higher time frame range and price tends to range more. But when daily chart starts to expand, we will see some nice stuff. Okay, I'm going to take my longs right now. I'm starting building my longs right at this level. I will place buy stop right at here. I wanna check the size of it. 40 points, all right. Let's start with 2 micro and see what it does. Just see how it goes. Now we might see really impulsive and strong expansions at this level. I'm going to put my stop loss over here, and if I see price is closing above these levels, I will trail it right here below the failed swing. Right now I want to see 5-minute candlestick closure above this level. If I see that closure, if I see this candlestick is closing strongly, I might add another one like that. And my target would be around these levels, I guess. This really seems like a nice level. Normally I would target more, but this is Friday and we are at the lunch, and I took long setups like this one. It moved 1-to-1 most of the times because the stop loss was white. I mean, yeah, I think 100 points is more than enough, right? So I don't feel any necessity to keep carrying the position. And if this daily candlestick turns into a doji, right, it is taking my profit target. And when I look at this candle, I believe it is really possible. Because, I mean, look at the candlesticks. They like turning into dojis. For example, this one. Or this one. Or this one. So let's see how it goes. Let's see what happens. And I believe if we see this 5-minute closure, I believe price might start going with some strong expansion. At least I expect this level to be taken. At least this one over here. Normally, this 20 simple moving average might have worked as a strong resistance level. We got another tap high over here, another liquidity level. One liquidity level is over here, another is over here. And when price is in an expansion mode, price most of the time sweeps this one, sweep this, tap into 20 simple moving average, and then after the tap, just reverse back lower. Price does that on the expansion mode, but I believe today is not an expansion mode. So I believe price might just mess around a little with this 20 simple moving average on 5-minute chart. If price does that, if price just closes above it a little, then I could take partials. and maybe full profits. I don't know. I don't like how this is starting to look. I really wanted to see a closure, but I'm okay as long as this closes as a white candle. Closing above this is enough for me. And yeah, this is a nice closure. Now I wanna see price just going higher. If this closes at this high over here, above this high, even this high, closure above this high, and I can add to my position. And if I see that, I mean, if you look at this failed swing on 1 minute chart, I would really like to see that price is closing above this high over here, because this high was the high responsible for this failed swing. If price can just close above it, and if we just check it carefully, it is simply a consolidation area. All I want to see is price leaving this consolidation area away, because on the higher time frame, for example the 15-minute chart, price couldn't leave this consolidation away. If price couldn't leave this away yet, and on the 1 minute does the reverse of it, then yeah, that's all I need to see. Over here I didn't use the closing price, and price seems to coming back lower, but it would be still okay if price just doesn't take this low. Even if it takes this once, it would be still okay. I just don't want to see price is going away from this range. It is fine as long as price doesn't leave this range away. It would be nice to see yet another failed swing. I mean another higher low without taking out this low over here. But if all of this just doesn't play out, what makes you think this is the breakout and not just another mean reversion? Well, I don't believe this is a breakout. I believe this is a mean reversion. That's why I'm long. If I believed that this was a breakout, then I would be shorting it, right? If I believe that price is breaking out of this range over here, this overnight low right now, this might still break out, but it might do something like that and then come back lower. So that's why I'm long right now. I don't think that this is a breakout. I believe this is a mean reversion. What I'm trading right now is a mean reversion of on 5-minute chart. It is exactly a mean reversion, not a breakout. It is a breakout on 1-minute chart if price breaks above. But think of it like that. If this just breaks below, this is still a breakout. Break below, breakout, break above, breakout, both breakout. But if you look at the 5-minute chart, this is a mean reversion. I believe today is Friday, we are at lunch. Price has been choppy on the higher time frames. I don't think that price is just attacking toward this lows today. I mean, I believe price is just chop a little, close today, and maybe gap lower and then take this out. I mean, if price is going to take this out, I believe that would be a gap lower on next week, or maybe price might gap higher, just keep going higher, take out these highs, and then leave this low for next month, maybe April. Why everybody trade NQ, not ES? I don't know. ES is slow. Okay, price seems like it is doing what I want to see. I want to see closure above this level, and then after I see that closure, I will add to my position just above this high over here. 1 minute left for that closure. It's nice to see another failed swing. This is the first failed swing, and this seems like the second one. Yeah. Now, if price can close above this high, the failed swing would be confirmed, and I might see an expansion toward this high over here. I didn't add to my position yet because this could have been closed just a little better. And price seems like it is just establishing itself above this 20 simple moving average on 1 minute chart. And we are right at 2030, and it would be nice to see start of the breakout right now, right at this moment. I mean, it would be nice to see if price just doesn't take out this low and just keeps expanding, creating the strong closure on the 5-minute chart that I was waiting for. I want to see this, just ignoring this 20 simple moving average on 5-minute chart, just keep expanding higher. If that happens, that would be really nice. And if price can close above here, the stop loss is going to be trailed right below this low. 5-minute closure above this level. And stop loss is here. I mean, institutional volume on ES is much more than Nasdaq, I guess. I don't know, but I heard something like that. But Nasdaq just faster, leaving more wicks, hitting TP faster, so intraday traders like it more. It's better to see more points. It's better to see wider swings on lower time frames, and especially if you are trading with liquidity sweeps. I mean, if your trades are based on the liquidity grabs, then Nasdaq is a little bit more volatile, so it does that liquidity grab a little bit more. And expert traders thrive on high volatility, and so expert traders just trade with Nasdaq. So since expert traders trade the Nasdaq, rookies just follow them as well. By the way, this is the only setup I'm going to take today. I'm not willing to take a huge loss today. I'm not going to go for full. If this gets stopped out, I'm out. I want to see an expansion above right now. I want to see price breaking above these highs, closing above them. As soon as I see the 5-minute closure, I will trail stop loss here. And it feels like it is not going to take my stop loss yet. But I don't know, I'm waiting for closure of this candlestick over here. Starting to look a little better. I didn't like how it looks on 1-minute chart. I mean, it has been slow. And I certainly wouldn't want to see this candlestick closing too weak. So today I'm not going to shoot for moon. I'm not going to carry the positions way too much. I mean, if it goes to profits. If it comes back and takes out my stop loss, I'm closing the day just like this. because I saw that I can take nice profits when price is expanding, and I don't really want to lose too much inside of a day like this. It's not really worth it. Plus, we are getting closer to the weekend, right? I didn't like the closure of this candlestick, but I still feel like it is going up because of this, because of the way this moving average is starting to look. I just wanted to see a candlestick with no open high low close. I mean, I wanted to see a classic candlestick starting going higher with the first minute. This is the first minute of the 5-minute candlestick. What I want to see is around these levels just a 5-minute candlestick that immediately goes higher after it opened. So let's see what happens at this level. I believe price is not just taking out this low because it has been building some nice liquidity. I believe it is not willing to go back without purging some highs, and that purge might really be strong. And I like the way this 20 SMA is starting to look, but still I couldn't see that 5-minute confirmation yet. And this might be the place that price starts a retracement. I mean, price might just keep the expansion, maybe go above this imbalance, right? And after that, I mean, after price going above the imbalance, it might make a retracement, some choppy candlesticks, and then eventually take this high, and after this high I would be done. I might be done even before that high. Now I want to see a 1-minute imbalance forming. I mean, I want to see this candlestick going higher without tapping into this level. It would be a great place for price to form an imbalance. Let's see if it creates the imbalance. This is the first minute of the candlestick. I want to see this candlestick just going higher without even coming back to this level. Right after the first minute of the 5-minute candlestick. This is the first minute. I also don't want to see this turning into a doji on 5-minute. If it just comes back, it will be a doji, something like this one, and I don't really want to see that. I want to see this closing strong, and next candlestick is just pushing higher as well. Nice to see the imbalance on 1-minute chart. It would be even better to see that price is going higher without tapping this imbalance. I mean, it's okay if it just taps it and then turns back higher, but I don't want to see candlestick closure inside of this level. And it would be much ideal if price is just never taps this level. If price leaves this level, then it would be likelier to see this high maybe, or this high, or this high. But if it just comes back and fulfills this and then turns back higher, then it might be less likely to see this high. I'm just reading the momentum right now, looking at the imbalances. Does price leave the imbalance, or does price tap the imbalance? What does price does? What does price do? If I see a closure inside the imbalance, for example, like this, I might expect something lesser, and I don't really want to see price filling this. Okay, price fulfilled the imbalance. It doesn't look really great. Price might sweep this low and then turn back higher maybe, or it might just keep going higher, but it doesn't really good right now. I didn't want to see this turning into a doji. It doesn't look like a proper breakout. But at least on the 1-minute time frame, price just validated this swing low as a higher low, right? Because after the price closed above this level, a little closure, but still, yeah, it seems like this low might be validated, but I really wanted to see a 5-minute closure. I will trail the stop loss if I see that 5-minute closure. It would be nice to see it over here, but price just couldn't leave the range away. Price received some selling pressure. So even though if this comes back higher, I might take my partials a little earlier than I expected. This might be the place I start to take partials, because I really didn't like this thing over here. If it was really strong, it could have been just keep expanding. If it just kept going higher right at this level, then it could be easier for price to reach out to this level, maybe even this level. But right now it doesn't look amazing. So if price kept expanding, I will just wait for this level. But since it didn't just keep expanding higher, I don't want to carry this position too much. And instead, I will take partials, trail stop, and then lower the risk and reduce the probability of closing the day on red. The only thing I care about is for today. For today, the only thing I care about is not losing too much. That's it. And if I just check this SBS IDS, price just recently took out a high, a tap high, and then turned back lower, but it has been slow. It has been closing above this 20 SMA, and I believe even if this is a retracement, that would be a complex or slow retracement, and I believe this thick brown line over here is not done yet. I believe price might come back higher, make another high, and then turn back lower. I don't think price is just dropping lower at this point, so I'm holding my position, and it is still consolidating above the 20 SMA. As long as it consolidates above the 20 SMA and the 20 SMA is looking like this, right, showing the upper corner, then I don't think it is going lower. I don't think it is done yet. Price might come back up until this level 200 and maybe even deviate above it, maybe even create a little crossover just like it did on that Wednesday, something like that. Let me show it on the Wednesday. See this cross? After that cross, it went back lower once again. There was some news, bond auction and Trump's speech, things like that. I think I should have just taken partials at this level and trailed the stop loss here. My entry was around these levels, so I could have taken partial and trail to break even. I could even exit right at these levels because, well, Trump speech, don't need to carry a position when that orange guy is speaking. I expected to see price closing above this one, this 2-minute simple moving average immediately, but price couldn't do that. And currently price doesn't seem like it is just expanding away from it strongly. So what I think is price might consolidate more, make it a little flat, and then go above it. Maybe, I don't know. It would be nice to see yet another higher low, another failed swing. But there's a possibility to see that failed swing is being swept. Why? Because price has been really low. Sometimes price does that. This is something rare, more rare. I mean, most of the time price just doesn't take out this failed swing and then turn back higher. But sometimes price makes a failed swing sweep. Sweep this one, but turn back higher without sweeping this one. I really wanted to see price just keep expanding higher, but price has been really choppy and slow. So I'm just waiting, and I'm not trying to perceive this as a structure. I'm not trying to say that okay, it is making highs and lows and let's trail the stop loss and add to. No, I don't want to do that. I want to perceive this like that, zoom out and observe this after zooming out. Let me check the 15-minute chart. Yeah, it looks like shit. I'm not gonna lie. And I don't expect to get rich inside of this kind of price action, because I mean honestly, if I try to short this, for example, if I try to short this level, I would get stopped out once with this one and maybe twice after this one, and if I took the third setup, then I could take a profit. And over here I wouldn't get stopped out probably, but still it doesn't look amazing. Sometimes it does, it just makes another high, things like that, and then turns back lower. So I couldn't trust this one as well. And over here price was overextended already for a short. I mean, it was late for a short setup, and price just didn't leave this range away. So I expected to see something like going inside of the range. So I thought this might be choppy and this might be reversing back higher. Price looks kind of tough, and at least for my eye, right? For my perspective, it is much more difficult to trade. So in this kind of day, I don't need to make a lot of money. All I need is, I don't even need to make money. All I need is just dodging some bullets. I mean, for example, yesterday yesterday the risk was similar to this one, and I was able to take 1,400, but today it is looking a little uglier. Maybe I could have waited before I added this one. Before adding this one, I could have waited for closure. Price didn't make some proper closings, but that's fine. Sometimes it happens. Let's see what happens from this point. Really choppy, really. Just swept the failed swings, and did it tap into this level? Yeah, it could tap into this over here. And micro NQ. Let me show it on the 1-minute chart. Macro, yeah, same level, whatever. I mean, okay, this expansion was lower, but the beginning of it was too tricky. Price made too much swings, multiple swings, so I couldn't take this one. And also over here I could have been longed as well. I mean, my bias could have been wrong. I don't know. Price has been going higher. Yeah, I mean, if I really want to follow the trend, then this could be a long and it would be a losing position. But I don't know. This doesn't look amazing. I mean, if the price just went back lower after making the double top and then maybe triple top and then failed swing, but it was kind of weird. After this drop, it kind of looked like it might be going lower, but I didn't know how far. I don't know if it just wants to sweep this and then turn back higher or these levels. So, and this short was near the range low, and I mean it's Friday and I don't really want to open a short position near the range low. I mean this could easily kept going a little bit more, maybe tapping into this one, maybe going a little further. So I didn't really want to open a position from this as well. I didn't want to take these shorts. And over here I don't really see a short because price just took out this level. It just couldn't leave the range away. So I built my position based on the 5-minute idea, hoping that price would eventually close higher and price would leave the failed swings behind. But I considered my past experiences before I trailed my stop loss. Normally I was gonna trail my stop loss over here, but I remembered my old experiences in which price would sweep fails. Price would be really slow, really slow, and then create a failed swing but keep going slow, then look like breaking higher and then take out this failed swing. And it is a really ugly and weird kind of swing breakout sequence, right? SBS long. So I don't know, I just felt like I should leave my stop loss right at the extreme level and don't rush for trailing into the failed swing, because why? Look at it like that. When price goes higher, this will be a failed swing on 15-minute chart, right? So if it really wants to spend some time, more time than I expected that reversal to be happening on 5-minute chart, but price didn't do that. So, and if you look at on 15-minute chart, you see that failed swing right here, and on 5 minutes you see that price made a failed swing sweep. This is something I noticed maybe 6 months ago. So I just wanted to leave my stop loss there. Don't touch my position. Psychology aspect of it is really important. In the past, I couldn't do this kind of stuff. I would just either trail my stops too much, or I would just... I really remember that clicking to reverse position right at this level. So I would long, for example, like this, right? I would leave my stop loss like that, for example, right? So I remember that I used to do that. Right at this level, I would tell myself, oh man, I was so stupid, I was wrong, and click the reverse position. So turn into short, and voila. Congratulations. So right now I don't do this kind of stuff. I'm more cautious. I'm more focused on discipline. And it seems like it is helping me a lot. Because, I mean, I still didn't lose anything, right? I'm on break even. It will be either some profits or some losses that I calculated at the beginning of the session, nothing more. I'm not sure if this was a position to add and trail, right? I'm talking about this level. I'm trying to figure out it myself as well. I don't really know if this was a nice point to trail. That 5-minute confirmation, I don't know. I expect to see next candlestick just boom. It would be nice. The other possibility obviously is seeing a wick at the 20 SMA. a quick break and retest kind of thing can happen. But after all this choppiness, nice, it is looking nice on 15-minute chart. Now the consolidation was longer than I expected. I thought this was a breakout, but it wasn't. Right now I will be still observing the amount of imbalances. First of all, I don't want to see price coming back inside these imbalances. Secondly, I want to see price creating breakaway gaps. I mean, I want to see price is just breaking these levels with imbalances and not testing that imbalances. So if I see that, I don't know, I might add or just trail and sit down. Price is still inside of this range, by the way, even though this closed nicely. A 5-minute imbalance would be great as well. Now let me erase this one and previous day low over here. I want to see price at least coming back to previous day low. At least. This is not a nice point to turn back. Could have been nice to see price just coming above this. And I really didn't like this candlestick, but let's see. Let's see how it goes. Oh man, didn't you have it enough already? It seems like it might be taking my stop loss on PM session. And then, I don't know. We are really close to PM session, and if it does take my stop loss, right now I am not taking any other positions. I didn't really like this price action at all. I'm already in my position, but just couldn't keep going. If it takes out my stop loss, I'm done for today. And if this just starts expanding higher without taking my stop loss, I will be taking my partials, not adding, just taking partials, because lunch was a full consolidation, and if I see price taking out a lunch high at PM session, I'm not gonna add it, because price might just turn back lower after the sweep. I mean, price has been really weak. Okay, it has been consolidating. That's great, and it didn't break above the below the range. Okay, it didn't make a bearish breakout, but it can turn back higher as well. So there is no bullish or bearish strength right now. There is only pure manipulation. There is only pure consolidation. Something I really don't like. So I'm still waiting. It kind of seems like a little fractal combo, ugly one if you ask me, not a beautiful one. This is a tap low, and this is the internal. So I can't call it an expansion, so but the logic is simple: going higher, retracing back lower, and then creating this internal stuff. After that point, if it just comes back to take out my stop loss, I really don't know, because it is 1 p.m. We are close to end of the day. There's only 2 or 3 hours left for today's closure. Yeah, it seems like it is down. It seems like it is taking the stop loss, but it is what it is. Sometimes it just goes and sometimes it doesn't. So yeah, it is what it is. Is this NQ? Yeah, normal NQ. This is the overnight session low. One more tap. It seems like it is just going lower, but who knows? it hasn't taken the stop loss yet. Let's see. Yeah, stop loss was taken. Not my favorite kind of day. I mean, price gave a short setup. That's right, but that short was not excellent as well. So I'm not going to take any other positions today. It might be turning back higher once again to take out the lunch high or not. I don't know, and I don't really care. So I'm going to close today like this, and I'm going to try to perceive this as another opportunity, an opportunity to learn to get more comfortable with losses. I mean, think of it like that. If I get too much win streaks right now, if I just win every single day, and if I never take losses, and if I just close every day in profits, eventually I might get euphoric, and I will definitely lose, right? It is impossible to win all the time. And if I get too many win streaks, I might get so used to it, and the losing trades might make me feel uncomfortable too much. So I think it's better to get a couple of losses now and then. I mean, I don't want periods of win streaks and then periods of lose streaks following that. Instead, I would rather a more smooth process, a smoother process. So yeah, I think this was a great day once again, a patient day. My reversal idea didn't play out. Price didn't close above this candlestick properly. Maybe I should just wait for exactly something like that. Maybe instead of just focusing on closures, maybe I should just be looking for something immediate and then maybe take longs right after at points like that, right? If it goes immediately, it goes. If it doesn't, don't even bother to take any entries. But yeah, over time I will experience more, I will learn more. Normally my maximum daily loss is $800, but today I wanted to take half risk because of all of the unpredictabilities I was talking about. I mean, I'm not sure if it was unpredictable for you guys, but it was unpredictable for me. Not my favorite kind of day, so I didn't force it too much. And I think that's it for me today. It was a nice and a long session. Thank you for participating. Thank you for presence. I will see you on the next one, probably on the Monday. And yeah, take care of yourselves. See you on the next one. Goodbye.